We're live. Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. We're live on all platforms. All right. So today we typically do this one the last Monday of every month, but we goofed and we missed last Monday. So we're doing it today because we love doing this once a month. And I feel like you guys really like it too. This is called our AUA Ask Us Anything. The reason we like to do this once a month is, we always answer questions at the during or at the end of every training Zoom that we do, but a lot of times we'll only take the questions that pertain to the topic. So this one's an open floor plan. So, right as we're talking, make sure you're typing in your questions.
Send them in now so we can get you lined up, queued up.
Questions, comments, whatever it is, health and product related, please. And we'll discuss a few things just off the top of our head, but I also make sure you guys like and subscribe to our channel. That's a big deal for us, big deal for you. Helps us, but it also helps you. So you don't miss anything. You get to get all of our trainings. They're always there on our YouTube channel. We love your comments. We love your feedback. And if you're new to us, welcome. And if you're a repeat, welcome back. Love having all of you guys here. So we wanted to start off talking about, maybe it's always good to talk about, but maybe if there's people that have just joined us and don't know much about LiveGood and our mission, but we really wanted to talk about supplement quality because it's a very, very, very big deal. And it's one that we take probably the most serious with our supplements. And the goal and the mission with LiveGood, we highlight the prices, right? But it's the highest quality for the lowest prices. So we're not saying that there aren't other amazing high quality supplements out there, because there are. And there's also some very, poorly made toxic supplements out there. But what our mission is to bring you the highest quality at the lowest price, right? So it's not just the lowest price and it's not just the highest quality. We're bringing them two together. And, a lot of what we do, Ryan can go into a little more detail about this, but a lot of what we do is our testing, right? We're very big on our testing, third-party testing, each individual ingredient, as well as the final product. You've maybe heard us talk about proprietary blends, and these blends are not a negative thing. What it means is just it's a blend unique to the company, to the manufacturer. But what we've done and what we encourage you to always make sure you're checking out when you're taking a supplement is that the proprietary blends don't just list the ingredients, but they list the amounts of each ingredient. Because if you're just listing the ingredients, that's where you get into that fairy dusting, where it allows a company maybe to sprinkle in one of the main highlighted ingredients that everybody's excited to take, but it may just be a dash and it's really not going to do anything. So you need to know the numbers. You need to know what you're taking, but also why you're taking it. You need to make sure there's no fillers, additives, junk, and high quality ingredients. What do you have to add to that?
Yeah, I
covered a lot.
You did. You kind of covered a lot of it. But if people are curious about what testing is done, they're actually, we did a Zoom on that too. But that's a big part of it for sure. There's CGMP. That's a standard for most manufacturers. You can exceed that now, though there are different levels of that you can comply with. A lot of it's just brand transparency. What do you see on the label? And of course, do you have access to the certificate of analysis and any additional lab testing that's performed? I think are the best indicators. And of course, dosing, dosing ranges. Like if you put an ingredient in there and just put a little bit that's sort of subclinical, then what real benefit can that possibly have? So you want to make sure there's some evidence base behind the selection of the ingredient.
Exactly. Yeah. Very good point. Hey, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm also wearing our new sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Nice.
These are now on our website. So exciting times coming up on those winter months, but it's super cozy and comfortable. We are in Florida. It is not winter, but it's comfortable. So I am wearing mine today. Okay, so before we go into some questions too, actually, let's do that.
All right.
We can talk about this one.
Let's see, the first one that came in was from Kelly.
Kelly Mark. Question, can you expand on why you believe high protein is the healthiest? You have mentioned the blue zones of longevity, yet most are vegan, vegetarian, low protein, high carb. Thanks. So I don't see that many are vegan or vegetarian. They do get their protein. They get it from nuts and seeds. They get it from lean meats,
eggs,
fish, and eggs. Yeah. And that's typically, those are all staples in the blue zone diet, which is along the lines of like the Mediterranean diet. Now, when I say we need high protein, it doesn't mean we need low carb, right? So you can get your great ratios that you need of protein, carbohydrates, and fats, eating high carb, eating high carbohydrates, meaning sweet potatoes, fruits, vegetables. I mean, all these are carbohydrates, and beans, all carbohydrates. You don't have to just think carbohydrates is like, I'm going to eat my big plate of pasta. That's different. And they didn't do that. So yes, some whole grains, but it's a lot of the beans, fruits, vegetables, heavy on the fruits and vegetables, which again are all carbohydrates, and they add up. So it's about a good split of your macros, 40, 30, 30, 20, right? 30, 30, 40.
Are you done with that
40,
statement? Or are you
counting
still
in my
going?
head. Go ahead.
I would think that the protein argument is that it's not necessarily the fuel. It's not the first fuel your body's going to use, but it's all those amino acids that make up the protein are what's responsible for building our lean muscle mass, our bone mass, our hormones, our neurotransmitters, our enzymes, all of the different cofactors and things, and non-essential vitamins, things that our body can manufacture. So that all will mostly, not all, but mostly happens from protein synthesis. Muscle protein synthesis.
And like you said, a lot of the important vitamins, come from our protein sources. So, you will see with vegan and vegetarians, they're typically deficient in many vitamins because it's hard to get it without getting the protein. Yeah. So, it's not necessary that we need to only eat protein, but it should be part of your plate. It should be. And if you could have a balance, like if we could eat that solid 3 meals a day and not this crazy snacking, and you had the balance of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, that's ideal. Getting them from high quality sources, right? So that's a lot of what the Blue Zone does.
And people forget that the meat also is high in phytonutrients that we always talk about. Eat the rainbow. You can get it in your vegetables, and we encourage that. But meats can also be very high in phytonutrient as well. So, yes. Cool. Awesome, Kelly. Thank you.
Just a little touch on that. Okay, while you're going through, so the computer's in front of us, so you see us looking down. We're just scrolling through, reading some comments, some questions. So we also wanted to talk about some updates that we've done. For those of you that have been with us for a while, this is great for you to know the updates. And even if you're new, it's just nice to know, because one thing we always do is we always strive to be the best, to be better. And we'll make improvements as we go and as we can. So I'd like you to talk about some of the improvements, because I know, you being the formulator, but what I do know is our CBD oil, the natural, we have 750 and 1500, both in USDA organic. So that's a great option, and the prices did not even go up.
No, the prices stay the same, and it's 1500. It's 100% organic, which is kind of unusual in the CBD world. So, which is awesome. We did make changes along the way. The vitamin C in the multivitamins was converted to acerola. We did the organic. The vitamin D is coming soon as an organic, but it's fine. We're not quite there yet, but it'll be out here soon. We've got
protein.
Protein went from being a fermented pea, which we love the fermented pea, but it went to a USDA certified organic because the amino acid profile actually improved and the dry weight basis was just as good. So two of the big compelling points of the fermented stuff. So those are the things we do, and it kind of goes under the radar. And it's important though, because you, the consumer, should be looking for those types of things, and we don't always make it readily apparent to you because we don't raise prices and make a big deal out of it. And I will continue to do that. So always just another good reason why you want to tune into these types of Q&As and just stay tuned with what we've got going on, because there's just, I face it. I mean, there's going to be changes. There always will be changes to product. We'll make improvements along the way as needed. So
one improvement that we do want, so we have our children's organic gummy multivitamin. And if you've ordered this, you'll know is that they kind of stick together. So by the time, you're banging around trying to get the gummy out. But we're not going to change the formula because we didn't add, what did you choose?
Carnauba wax would make it so they don't stick together. Okay. But if you notice, they're not deformed. They will just stick. They can clump. You can still get them out, but she wants to add a wide mouth so that you can get in easily and pull them apart.
Yeah. So right now it's kind of, just 1 to 2 fingers can get the gummy out, but we will do a wide mouth when we're ready to take our next order.
Yeah.
I feel like I have it in my hand. I might as well.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I do like them. Okay. So, and I did want to talk, this is not an update, but I wanted to talk about our detox because I do get a lot of questions on how to take it. And I realized that it doesn't say to mix with water. You don't want to put this straight in your mouth. It's got a,
you can. I do. I thought, I like it.
You can.
I like it.
It's very green. And it has a very earthy flavor. So a lot of people that have said that they don't like that smell, earthy flavor,
Right.
put it in water. It actually is quite delicious.
No, I actually really like it. I'll take it straight.
Yeah,
And it
okay,
doesn't, the staining doesn't last like the methylene blue. It
No.
goes away very quickly.
So total personal preference, but I have had the comment.
So question, how is LiveGood 6 billion probiotic better than the 30 billion on Chuck Norris's
We're
pushing?
60 billion. Just to start, it's not 6, it's 60.
But don't hyper focus on the are they CFUs, colony forming units? It should be active colony units. There's another measurement that you really want to pay attention to in the probiotic world. I'm drawing a blank. Instead of colony forming units, I think it's active colony. It would show the activity of the strain. So 2 things to tell you all about gut support and probiotics. When you do look at a strain of the bacteria, you should know the strain. I would say 95% of brands don't know the strain that they're putting in their product.
So you're saying
So the strain in the parentheses, you'll see the strain. That's a really big deal. That is actually what the strain is. Most brands have no idea. Most brands are using products that have been made, strains that have been made in the lab, God knows how long ago. So they don't know how active the unit is. Whereas we actually ferment, we actually make the strains for each batch. And so we could tell you with certainty the strain and then how many active units there are. So that's the big deal. I get that the CFUs are something that people use to measure, but to Lisa's point.
But there are 10 probiotic strains in here, each one at 6 billion, equaling 60 billion. But again, like Ryan was saying, you don't necessarily need to focus exactly on that, but the more specifics. Also, obviously, we have the digestive enzymes, the prebiotic complex. I don't know Chuck Norris's, so I can look it up later if you want to email me if you're still interested in more information. And also just be aware that same thing I was just talking about with proprietary blends, a lot of probiotics lump their strains into one. So they may say 30 billion CFUs and they have 5 different strains, but you have no idea how much of each strain you're taking. So I'm not saying Chuck Norris is that, because I don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to look it up.
Roxana asks, in the order in which you would take supplements, including lean, shilajit, and probiotics. So for me, I would do the probiotics empty stomach in the morning first thing. You tolerate it well, you can keep doing probiotics empty stomach. The lean should be, there's 3 servings per day. So it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So when you first break your fast, so take 2 capsules, be 30 minutes to an hour prior to each meal. And then your shilajit, actually, it can be done any time of day. I think it should be done on an empty stomach. You could take it with the gut support first thing in the morning.
I take mine, the shilajit and probiotics at the same time, first thing in the morning.
Cool.
So they kind of just ease their way in nicely.
This is very relevant right here. Thank you for asking this, Jenny. So shilajit is actually currently out of stock only for a day or 2.
The question is, when is shilajit expected to be back?
When
just turned it off.
I would, literally just had to get turned off because we just missed it by a couple of days. So this is not an extended outage. We'll have it back on Wednesday, Thursday at the latest.
Right.
But
the reason it was we shut it off because we don't want to delay any orders.
Correct.
So if you had a multi, product order, but we're waiting on your shilajit, it's kind of, you got to get upset and frustrated if something's days late. So
Alicia writes, which other products are best to help with high cholesterol? You might want to start with answering because you think your cholesterol's, you think you have dyslipidemia where you have high LDL, which is the bad, and you want to talk about that, you can try.
Yeah, sure. So we also do have a training on it. So make sure you check out our other YouTube videos. We do have a cholesterol training, and I'm happy to email you more information. But bottom line, you really need to be addressing your micronutrient deficiencies. A lot of these vitamins and minerals play a healthy role in cholesterol metabolism, including your daily essentials pack, your factor 4, great with the fish oil, the turmeric, all that great for the inflammation, as well as the shilajit. And CMOS, which we were just talking about, back in stock in a few days. Addressing your gut health plays a role, and diet and exercise, major roles there. So using, our protein powders to help get lean, protein in you for, lower calories, and you need to exercise. You've got to move your body.
Yeah, body composition will take you as far as, it can, right, with all the things she just talked about. And then a lot of times in the Western sick care model, we get to the point where we go, we can't explain why your LDL is so high, so we're going to blame it on familial, hypercholesterolemia, which is you have a genetic component. I truthfully think we're focusing too aggressively on the LDL lowering. This is a new thing for me, but maybe it's driven more so by big pharma. But who knows? And I know the data is strong on lowering LDL, but I don't know. I think that women already should have a higher LDL. They should have, because there's just more to it, right? Cholesterol is actually really important for steroid and hormonal metabolism as well.
You need to take a deeper dive. But I mean, if you're super healthy, eat clean, exercise, take your supplements, and you're still struggling with a little bit of dyslipidemia, just take a deeper dive because it's not necessarily a bad thing. And I didn't say super reds. Super reds, super heart healthy.
Heart healthy. This one, Lean and Women's Hormone Supplement Together by Christine.
I mean, the only thing that we say is try to take Lean alone because you just, right, for the absorption.
No, I don't think it matters so much. I mean, really, it's 30 to 60 minutes before a meal. You could take it with food. You could, Lean. It doesn't.
So
the whole point was the expansion of the stomach is to slow the motility a little bit, to activate the GLP-1 receptor. That's kind of how Lean is.
But with the fiber, we're not worried about absorption issues of other vitamins and minerals.
I mean, the only thing that you would possibly worry about is the motility issue. If it slows gastric transit time, you may not absorb as well the nutrients as well. So yeah, if you could space it out. I just think that's really nitpicky, and I think it's hard on people to worry about that.
Yes. Yep. I mean, I take my hormonal balance, with my multivitamins after my breakfast. Multivitamin, vitamin D.
Suggestions for decrease in high triglycerides, please. So good question, Joe. This actually is an easy answer for me. You grab the factor 4. Factor 4. So the FDA has there's a qualified health claim for lowering triglycerides with omega-3 fatty acids. So the pharmaceutical companies have a couple of drugs on the market, one of which is Lovasa, where they just basically say a gram. So 3 to 4 grams per day of omega-3 fatty acids will lower triglycerides. And in fact, it does. The clinical evidence supports that. So in order to do that, this has about 600 milligrams of EPA and DHA, which is your omega-3s per soft gel. So 2 soft gels is 1.2. So if you could work yourself up to 6 soft gels a day, you would start to get into that category of lowering triglycerides, which is between 3 and 4 grams a day. If you start at 2 soft gels a day, that's where you start to see sort of those anti-inflammatory effects kind of kick in as a benefit of the fish oil. So there's kind of two phases to the benefits of lipid lowering the fish oil.
Right, and diet and exercise.
And diet exercise, of course, but
mineral.
But yeah, for sure.
Okay, to go to where's that one? I can't see it.
Where are you?
Oh, right here. Go to Melanie. Melanie just had a question about the detox. Yes. So Melanie noticed that after she's taking the detox, she's been taking it, her skin is breaking out. So this is not a release of parasites. This is not a parasite cleanse. This is a detox that binds to toxins in the body and helps excrete them. But where do we excrete toxins? Our sweat, our urine, and our bile. So you could be releasing toxins, through your pores, through your skin. So just make sure you're sweating a lot. Help that process go. And, obviously, hygiene, just make sure you're cleaning your face. But it's a lot of, if you can help the sweating process, sauna's outside,
good for that. Yeah.
Exercising, it will help. Yeah. Get those toxins, get those toxins out, and hydrate.
Hydrate along with it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. What else do we have? And so if you're just joining us late, again, this is our AUA Ask Us Anything, where we take all health and product related questions live, try to answer the best of our ability. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
Hi,
Ernie.
Would you be able to add a product that includes L-arginine and L-citrulline to help increase the production of nitric oxide? I'd be interested in a product like this. So we originally promoted the Super Reds as a kind of a potent nitric oxide vasodilator, right? The Super Reds, because dietary nitrates have that pathway where they get converted to nitric oxide. But 2 of the main precursors for nitric oxide production are actually what you just mentioned here, L-citrulline and L-arginine. But the dosing matters. So if you look at the essential aminos and you go on the back, you'll see that citrulline has 3 grams. So 3,000 milligrams of citrulline and 500 milligrams of arginine. That is clinically shown to very drastically improve nitric oxide production. So there you go, Ernie. Yes. I think the essential
aminos, combination is powerful.
It is powerful
for nitric oxide production.
It really is powerful. I agree with that.
Thank you. Everybody's loving the hoodie. It's great. Okay. Yeah. So any other questions, guys, write them in. A lot of these AUAs, they can be long, they can be short.
Oh boy, David's back. What's up, David? Oh man.
Oh wow. Look at that.
He never even peek. I don't get it.
Take a break.
Take a break.
Okay. Can you recommend what is the best supplement for my age? Okay, so our supplements are, I mean, they're for all ages. All adult ages. So age 53, I mean, you need the same thing as, as 33. Premenopausal, I mean, if you're doing great, no symptoms of, no symptoms of menopause or even menstruation difficulty, then you could try the hormonal support if you need it or not. If not, Daily Essentials Pack, Factor 4. Those eliminate those nutrient deficiencies, calm down the unwanted inflammation. Always need to address gut health. And then super reds and super greens, very important for that high antioxidant load. And I'm going to always bump into that essential aminos because especially, females, as we're aging before we hit menopause, like we're already declining in muscle mass. This is everybody. And then when we hit menopause, it plummets like dramatically.
Yeah, it accelerates.
Yeah. So you really need to focus on that. So don't wait until it's a problem. Make sure you're on top of it. That's our essential aminos. We also have the creatine HMB, which is very, very good for it as well as the brain health. So as you enter into that premenopause, menopause, some of the brain fog that comes along with it, such powerful benefits of creatine and brain health.
Yep.
I mean, I could keep going on.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a shilajit with even with like the typical decrease in libido, the decrease in energy, the decrease in the different things, the vasomotor symptoms that you might have, the night sweats, the things of that nature if you're in perimenopause. But that is a reminder to where, what's your name, Danica? You definitely should know your hormone levels. Mm-hmm. So seek out somebody that has experience in testing and working with women and make sure you have your hormone levels checked. And it'd be really, really nice if you had them already checked, say 5 or 10 years prior, and you kind of know where you were prior to peri and menopausal state. So that, because that's typically the time you'd want to address that prior to in a premenopause state, right? Like you want to address major deficiencies there. Like if your sleep is just totally whacked and you're getting horrible sleep every night because your progesterone's off, like, non-existent. So and hormone optimization is key. So we talked about the difference between the different estrogens in one of our Zooms when we did the women's hormonal support product. We went into some of the hormone balancing and the benefits of DIM and the different things of that. So, but it's a huge topic. Good luck on that. That can be definitely difficult to work through.
I'm getting questions on the fabric of the hoodies. I don't know it off the top of my head. I don't really want to take it off and look right now, but it's going to be on our website this week. I'm waiting on measurements of everything. So that goes along with the beanie. If you didn't see the beanie as well, getting the fabric of both as well as the measurements. So it's easy to purchase. Okay. Maddie says that her eye exam has improved from taking our supplements. And Maddie, make sure you add in, if you're not already, the multivitamins.
Oh, that's right.
Because they have the marigold flower extracts, the lutein and zeaxanthin, which is very powerful for eye health, vision support.
There's a question about, do we sell products on Amazon? They are for sale on Amazon, guys. Remember this on a business side is a membership as the product. And the more awareness that the brand creates on selling product, the more opportunity you have to promote. Also, the more that goes into the shared pools that you guys can earn from. So that's a win-win for both parties.
Right.
You'll hear Ben talk about that. Ben and Nader will really, if you want to talk to Nader, by the way, he'll take your call and you can reach out to him and he'll be happy to talk you through all of those layers.
Right. And anything on Amazon is sold at retail. So not our member pricing.
Right. Exactly.
So, I mean, obviously, if you've been with LiveGood and if you know LiveGood, it makes sense to do the membership because if you're buying more than 2 products a month, which, I mean, again, everybody in their mother needs to be on the 4 of these. So you're already there.
Well, here's Kevin. He's on them. He's ready to rock. Look at him. He's doing good. How do I fit all this in my day? I would say the opposite. How do you not, right? Like, and then when you miss a day, you're like, oh my, darn it. I freaking missed that. I hate when I miss it, kind of thing. So it's just routine. Our humans love routine. So it's not very hard.
Right. And you can email me your supplements. I'll help you with the routine if you're confused on how to get it all in. Because it actually isn't that complicated, and I will help you narrow it down so you're not constantly taking something. You have little lumps of things chunked together. Ginny said.
Oh, I love how Ginny's responded to Kevin. There you go. See, we got a lot of feedback. That's awesome. Yeah, you can combine a bunch. That's another thing you absolutely can do because it is about giving the body the nutrients. A lot of products can be combined.
Yes. Yes, I had someone tell me the other day, the other day that they put every one of our powdered products in a drink. Is that okay? I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if
I spread it out
if the taste works for you and that helps you get it in, it's so much more important to do that, to get it in than, one time than to not get it in at all.
Hey, Darren, I'm not sure if you heard, Shilajit's only out for a day or two. You'll see it back online here in the next 2 days.
Okay, so it's a lot of, actually several questions about powder mixing. Guys, the powders can all be mixed. They can. Great split up too. I've, kind of play around with it, find your combinations. Personally, I like the protein powders. I alternate them. Sometimes I combine them together. The protein powders, super greens, collagen, I like those together. I like my aminos, my reds together. I take aminos twice a day. So I also mix this with my E3 and creatine before my workout. So yes, you kind of play around with the flavors that work for you, but also like targeting what you're using it for. Like obviously I like for my pre-workout, right? I said the E3, the essential aminos, and the creatine. I like my post-workout to load with the protein, the super greens, collagen. So
I'm really hoping, this is from Just Confused here. I'm really hoping that LiveGood goes with European standards, then US European standards. Don't use all those toxic chemicals. So hopefully LiveGood does the same with cleaning products and skincare. I'm guessing maybe you haven't really been tuned in that long. That's all we ever talk about is how to remove and keep out these toxic chemicals. We do absolutely formulate to that standard. We're above and beyond even what the EU is doing, us personally. Of course, we admire the EU for a lot of the hard decisions they've made is to keep a lot of these chemicals out. Mm-hmm. California and New York and the States have both followed through with some of that. They've already banned titanium dioxide and red dye number 4D. So there's definitely a trend. There's some things happening in our country right now where we're picking up and steaming and to start blocking some of these toxic chemicals. But you can see what we've done in a lot of our capsules. They're just organic rice hulls. There's no more magnesium stearate or silicon dioxide, any of the lubricants or the glidants. I mean, that's how we roll. I mean, you'll see that. And over time, if things can improve, we will. But vegetable capsules, USDA certified organic, whenever possible. Sometimes it's not possible, but as long as you know your supplier and you test and you test and you test and retest, then you're going to be okay. But thank you again for that question. I appreciate your concern.
Yes. Okay. Click on Kelly Mark has another great one that I want up because we did just recently launch our health assessment questionnaire. So it is an amazing questionnaire that kind of helps you with your health concerns and what's going on, put together these supplement packs. And Kelly is asking, is there an option for them to become a member? But it takes them to their website to then purchase. And you see the membership options, which obviously saves a significant amount of money, as well as, if one would become an affiliate, it's on our website as well. I hope that answers it. Greg is asking, is methylene blue pharmaceutical grade? Yes, it is. It says on there USP.
Oh, hey, what's up, Greg? Great question, man. I wonder how not many people know that. Not many people know to ask that. So
Greg emails me a lot, and they're always good questions.
All right. Right on, Greg. The United States Pharmacopoeia is basically the source of, it's a pure methylene blue, because a lot of methylene blue available in the market can be sourced as industrial grade because it's used in textile as well as laboratory analysis, and it can be high in contaminants. It is definitely high in contaminants like metals and such. So USP is absolutely the way to go. All right.
I feel like I want to answer. Melody, I want to answer your question, but I don't understand.
So I think what she's saying, let me pull it up. I'm having trouble with the keyboard here.
Go.
Regarding amino acids, this is from Melody. Regarding amino acids, if we're using aminos, E3, collagen, and protein, are all the aminos used? So because, see, in this case, aminos is free form, right? This is free form amino acids. In the case of E3, we have free form amino acids. In the case of collagen and protein, those amino acids are basically complexes to create a protein, right? Just longer. That's all protein is longer strains of amino acids tied together. That's basically what it is. So protein is made up of the building blocks, amino acids are the building blocks of protein. So when the body when you consume it, it breaks apart. Obviously, it absorbs into the bloodstream, and the body then will reassemble those amino acids. That's why I always tell you how important collagen is, because it's got a unique amino acid profile, very different than dietary like protein that you would consider for muscle protein synthesis. So for collagen and different things like that, for bone and for all the other areas, collagen is unique. The free form amino acids are readily absorbed in essential aminos as well as E3. For me, yes, the answer is yes, they will all be used because they all have a different time release, so to speak. Like whey, that's why I like to combine my whey and my plant protein into one serving, even though it's like 40 grams of protein. Science is now showing that it will absorb just because it's taking over a different, it's like a different release of time. So that's also super helpful. That's not how I would use it, how you're suggesting. I would like to have the essential aminos in between meals or fasting because that's what your body can use those up very quickly. So, but I would make the argument, yes, they will use them all. Would use them all. There's an upper limit somewhere where they think in science. I used to think it was 30 grams of dietary protein, but nobody's really looked at it from essential aminos in free form. Essential aminos in free form, I think I've seen as high as 50. But you don't need more than 10 to 20 per day, which would be 2 to 3 servings of our essential amino acids. So 2 to 3 servings per day of that should be plenty. In between meals or fasting. And if you want to do it the way you're doing it, so be it. That works.
Right.
I know that was a really long-winded answer because I didn't know how to answer it quickly and easily.
I think Roger may have had a question about diabetes, if there's something for diabetes. We just did our training Zoom on it. Was it last week? Last week. So make sure you check that out because it's not just one product. It's a lifestyle disease. So there's a lot of lifestyle modifications and things that need to be done.
Do any supplements include internal hyaluronic? We have some hyaluronic acid in our collagen. Just a reminder for you guys out there that like collagen, I got this question the other day. You do need vitamin C. Vitamin C is absolutely imperative for collagen production. We chose not to put it into the collagen peptides due to oxidation, risk of oxidation. We went into detail on that, how that works, why that would be a concern on our collagen.
So you just need vitamin C in your diet.
Yeah, just in your diet. It doesn't have to be at the exact same time or anything like that. And you'll get it in your diet because otherwise you have scurvy.
Yes. And Jenny says she loves eating the children's gummies as their snacks. I tend to do that too. I usually have 2 a day if I'm craving a little sweet something after lunch.
Melanie, I do exactly what you just said here. Should we take detox 2 in the morning and 2 at night? That's me. That's how I roll. That's how I get the 4 servings a day.
Yes. And I do 4 in the evening because it's harder for me to get it in the morning because I take the other stuff. So it works.
So there's a question here about constipation. Yes, fiber is on our radar. We're coming out with a dedicated fiber supplement. There is some fiber in some of our products, and of course, gut support would be good for that as well. So I got you.
Someone's asking, what is the grams of each of the mushrooms in the coffee? I'll be beyond it.
I haven't seen that question.
No,
there's one.
But that's the pico.
I know it's a pico too.
Right.
So it's a blend of 6 adaptogenic mushrooms. There's 1 gram. That truly is a proprietary blend that even I can't get the actual breakdown of all 6. So it's a patented and proprietary blend. I've tried, but I do like, if you check out their video, Pico 2, if you go to their website, they're legit. Like they do good stuff. I just wish they were a little bit more.
I can share it with you.
I wish they were more transparent about that though.
Right. But they definitely.
The gut support is working so well for me from Janet. Thank you, Janet. Yay. I agree. I don't think we're going to be able to make it through all the questions, guys. This is one of the reasons why I encourage to get on early, send the questions in.
This is just a good one. Do you have to keep the factor 4? Sabrina says, do you have to keep the factor 4 in the bottle or a pill organizer? You can do the pill organizer. You just have to make sure it's kept in a cool, dry place, and those lids are as sealed as they can. I mean, I know they're not like super airtight, but I do put Ryan's in a pill container and they do fine.
Janet asked, when will the Fruit Punch Aminos be back in stock? So later this week, but it probably won't be ready for distribution until next week. Sorry for the delay on that.
Awesome. Some good questions. Yep. There's another diabetes question. Again, check out our training we did last week. We went into detail.
Larry's asking, what are the benefits of Shilajit? And there's just so many. We actually did a whole thing on it on our Zoom on Shilajit when we first brought new product, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot there, guys. It's a lot of information.
All right. How are we doing?
I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up just because I see the questions there's more and more comments. So I keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
There's a lot of repeat questions, which is great. So if you did join late, make sure you go back and watch. Because if your question did get answered directly, it may be because we kind of answered something similar. Right. And I'm always available, guys. So if your question again didn't get answered, if you think of something else, I am available via email, lisa@livegood.com. Make sure you email me. Is that?
Yeah, no, I'm like, I can't stop. I can't stop. All right, guys.
I know the list goes on. It's hard. It's hard.
I know.
Yeah. So again, I mean, we try to keep these around 30 minutes. Sometimes we go over. This is about 35 minutes. We're going to cap it. But again, email me. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We do love these AUAs. We do them every month. Like I said, the last Monday of every month it's supposed to be. So you get another one this month.
All right, guys.
All right. Thank you. Have a
Thank
great
you. I'll
Monday.
see you next time. Bye-bye.